3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Collect, Play, Talk, the gaming podcast for collecting the things you do not need. I'm Dave. Joining me, of course, is the man who's in love with strawberry shortcake and Tamagotchi life, Zaki. What's going on, Zaki?
What's going on? I just dropped my car off this morning, so I'm just going to be stuck at home all morning. So,
I was going to ask you to come help me clean my house.
I would be in the area. I do have to go take care of my mom's dog today. So.
Oh man! Apparently that's what I'm doing today. Is cutting the grass and cleaning, and hopefully getting this episode up in a reasonable amount of time. We'll see if that's a possibility. Probably not. Will I have time to play games? Absolutely not. Under any circumstances will I play any single video game today at all. But that's as it goes generally in my life, Zach. This weekend we attended two very interesting things, but we will talk about those as the show progresses. Yeah. I have a topic. I realized we're more prepared than you ever could realize. So it's time for the news. You kidding me?
It's the news.
The news, brought to you in part by the Living Room Clutter podcast. If you guys want to talk about rhythm gaming, whether it's Rhythm Heaven or mostly Stage Tour, you can listen to Living Room Clutter, the #1 rhythm gaming podcast from 2015, hosted by me with Keith, and we talk about Stage Tour. They were at San Diego Comic-Con this week. For some reason, come to the Cleveland Gaming Classic, hint, hint. Anyway, listen to Living Room Clutter. It's available on all your favorite podcatchers as well over at the Living Room Clutter YouTube channel at Living Room Clutter. Zach, I heard there's hackers in Call of Duty already.
Yes. Oh, well, okay. So it's two different things. So Black Ops 1 at first was having the negative XP glitch where you could just hit Prestige 15 within maybe 30 minutes. So then they got rid of that, which, thank God, that made, all the modes playable again. And
wow.
Now Black Ops 2 is affected by a man named C Isn't Sharp. A bunch of hackers also figured out who he was. They DDoSed him. They tracked his IP. They exposed him online. Very much deserved for ruining the entire experience. So, literally... Just these games can't catch a break. It's terrible.
It's really dumb. It sounds really dumb.
It is dumb. That's why I haven't played them in a week now.
Oh no, Call of Duty from 2006 isn't fun anymore. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Okay, there's actually serious other news. That was timely. Zach, what's going on with physical media?
All right, so PlayStation has finally said something.
Yeah,
we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Essentially, about a week ago, it was around the time we were kind of starting our episode last week, so I really couldn't squeeze it in at all. Mm-hmm. Essentially, Alana Pierce, who used to work for Santa Monica Studios, or still is kind of a part of it, she basically kind of came out and said that PlayStation is enforcing extremely strict, any kind of dialogue or conversation with any fan about the physical media thing. She basically stated that, screw you, is basically what they're saying. We're going to restrict our own people, as well as we really don't care because we saw a 7% increase in our stock. So now they're just telling their workers to just shut it or leave it. You're either going to leave or you're going to shut it.
This cat wanted to say hi, apparently.
He's finally here for his first episode.
This is Gally of all the cats. Bob is hiding. All right. Anyway, kitty. So, all right, here's the problem, right? There's a couple layers to this, right? Sony or Sony adjacent, anything they post on the internet at this point is basically flooded with comments of people being like, hey, physical medium is important. I need my physical discs. None of the discs had games on them for 15 years, but I still need them. Right? Yeah. So there's that outrage, but listen, I'm on your side as much as I'm making fun of you, right?
Yeah.
So
we're all saying it.
Yeah, we're agreeing with you. It's just funny the way that it's just playing out. Is we announced a physical fighting stick, and everybody's like, "Bring back discs!"
Literally, that's what happened. It's amazing. I even reposted it on our Twitter and said, "I thought we weren't making physical media."
Yeah. Anyway, so there's that, and so basically, these companies, what Sony's doing here is saying like, don't engage with this, because the reality is there's nothing we can do about it probably at this point, because they've already shifted over the factories that make most of the physical Blu-ray discs over to making like lenses for cameras and phones and all sorts of stuff. So like this is basically just don't fight with them, because the reality is we can't do anything about it. You're getting into a losing battle. It's probably better for third parties and first party studios to just not talk about it, because the more they talk about it, the worse the backlash gets, the more the fights they get into, the more all of that, right? So like,
and I feel like no matter what they say, it's always going to be at its peak anger from everybody. It doesn't matter what they do or say.
Right. So having basically a gag order here to not speak of it is kind of their only solution. Although you're asking the wrong people to have this like take, right? Because the people that make these things don't want any of this to go away. They have been embracing art and creativity and all these things for years, physical media and physical art and all the things. Like, these things matter to these people. So you're telling them to shut up about things they care about. So you're basically like in this weird sideways, like, don't talk about it, but we have to talk about it. Don't talk about it, but we have to talk about it. And so Sony's like, just don't talk about it. Please just don't talk about it. Please just don't talk about it. Just let's not deal with it. That's, that's a solution, and a way to address the problem. I don't have a better answer for them, Zach.
There really isn't, because no matter, like I said, whatever they do, whatever they say, they are just going to get blasted by everything and everyone.
Yep.
That's the thing, and that's the hole that they've put themselves in, and we're not going to help them. Like, right. They threw themselves into this. They can figure it out, and obviously their only option is put a gag order onto everybody, and if you say anything, you're gone. And it's so like terrible for the workers as well, because it's like, well, we feel like we should be transparent with the people that, buy our product.
Yeah.
And they're just shoving it down them and telling them, no, if you say anything, that's it.
Crap. I feel bad because people have the right to share their opinions and have their own stuff, right? I get it. Yeah. But like, if you own the platform, like, you have the right to say, like, don't say this. Yeah. If you want to continue to publish games on our system, like, keep your mouth shut. And guess what? Even if they are digital only, you're still going to make a ton of money. So, like, PlayStation's a platform you can't ignore. So, shut up.
And it's such a major one, too. Like,
yeah.
Like, out of the three of them, it's like, I would say it's number one or number two, because it used to be number one back in the PS4 era, and then everyone wanted a PS5, and like Nintendo and like PlayStation were kind of going back and forth, because Nintendo actually made a great comeback after the Wii U
and actually makes games.
And everyone keeps saying, they're like, can we please look at the facts of like Nintendo's actually dropping a first party game like pretty much every single month, like Rhythm Heaven, Splatoon Raiders.
There's too much to play.
Star Fox, Metroid, Kirby, Legend of Zelda's getting a remake in 4 months. So
here's the course of events of the minimal time I get to play games, right? Mm-hmm. I look at my Switch and I go, oh, I can play that. I can play that. I can play that. And what I start to realize is, damn, I don't have enough time to play all that. I would love to play all that on Switch, right? And then every time I look at my PS5 and think, I need to play that on PS5, I go, man, I wonder if my PS5's too dusty to turn that on. Like I want, that's my thought process. Like legitimately, I'm not kidding. I boot up my Portal to play something for another show, and like I thought, man, like I should probably like take the plates off and like spray this thing out with some air. Like
they're not hard to take off. You just kind of put one weight on the bottom and then you just go up from there or something like that.
Yeah, I'm aware that it's not hard, but it still makes me nervous, and I definitely feel like I should blow out the fans before I'm using it a consistent amount. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but like, there's nothing to play on PlayStation 5.
The thing is I tried to clean mine out, and I got all the plates off, and then I started turning over the thing, and I'm like, okay, this is where I kind of start. I took off the things in the middle, like in the very front, those like grates. I took that off, and then I grabbed my screwdriver because they have one with 30 heads. Go to take it up, and I'm like, this ain't working. So I go to look it up, and turns out you need a very specific screwdriver to open the PS5. I'm like, well, screw this. Never mind.
I mean, I'm not going to go that deep. I'm mostly going to be take the plates off and hose it out with a condensed air little thingy.
Yeah. And I was going to clean out the whole thing, and I just couldn't. I'm like, welp, and I'm not going to pay like $20 or whatever it is, or $15 for a PS5 fan cleaning kit. So, well, I guess I'm just going to keep it. All right. I mean, just put it back together and put it back up.
The way I see it is like my PS2, as loud as it is, still functions to this day. Like, it's you can hear it. But the way I remember it, and maybe I'm wrong, but I could hear it back in the day too. Like it was just, it's just a fan. It's a loud fan.
Just that.
Yeah. So doesn't make me that. These things should be built to hold up forever, but nothing in this world is. Zach. There's more to this story though.
So the Sony CFO came out today and said something.
Oh, no.
They finally said something.
Oh, no.
He said, this is direct quote from this morning. I took a screenshot in case I lost it.
Okay.
He says, at this point in time, we are not seeing any impact in our business. As of now, a large part is already digitized. Therefore, as a result, the discontinuation of discs, we do not see there will be any negative impact in our business. However, as I already said, the users, the players, have strong attachments, and we have to think about how to respond to that feedback.
Okay, so it's been like 3 weeks.
We're getting there to a month since we've done this.
Yeah, we're getting to, all right. So we're at about a month, maybe 3 weeks, somewhere in that range, right, of time since this has been announced. What he's saying is, man, there's been a lot of backlash on the internet. We need to think about a way to respond to that, which was, shut up, don't talk about it.
It was also, boo-hoo, cry about it, we're making money.
Right.
And you need to get over it.
And you can eat cake.
The cake was a lie, though.
Late stage capitalism, everybody. Welcome to it. Yeah. How does I go, Dave? Let's start a gaming show with that guy Zach. It'll be fun. Let's do it. It turns out it's going to be a political train wreck.
We walked into hell like within 3 weeks. I was like, wow, this is worse than I thought it was going to be. But God, and I tell Dave at the end of every show, God, that was fun.
Yeah, no, okay. We're having a good time here.
I love doing this for the last 12 weeks. We've been going 3 months, everybody. 3 people. 3 months.
So here's... All right, like I said, there's nothing they can do. It's too late. It's too late to backpedal on this plan because there's too many things. Why does the next big giant digital only game have to be GTA 6? Why?
the first one, basically.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So here, the first code in a box only game to release that's legitimately in this wheelhouse. That's not a game key card.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about game key cards here in a minute too. Actually,
Yeah. But those are terrible.
No, they are. But we're gonna have a conversation, and I'm actually my opinion is changing over time.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyway, so it's too late to backpedal on this. There's nothing they can do to change our minds. They're like to fix this. They can't go, hey, we're going to make physical games again. We didn't realize you guys were going to get this upset. They can't do that, which is why this is his response, is because he can't do that. He can't undo this. It's too late. That being said, he's also saying, I don't really care until it affects the bottom line.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's all that matters.
So because GTA 6 is the first physicalist game. Physicalist game? That's what I'm going to call him, physicalist.
Discless.
No, physicalist. It's not going to matter because everybody's going to buy GTA 6 as much as I hate it. GTA 5 has sold so bazillion copies. It's kind of like how everybody gets really mad that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sucks at first, and it's like, well, it doesn't matter because it sold like 20 million copies. It doesn't really.
And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't
fun.
It's fine. It's way better on Switch 2.
I know it was a Switch 2 game. It should have just waited. Yeah.
Yeah, it should have come out this year. It would have been incredible.
Or last year.
Yeah.
It's a different discussion. I said that after I tried it. I was like, oh my God, it looks so incredible and it actually runs good. Wow, this is actually a better game than I thought. Wow.
All of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here's what has to happen, right? And I think this is actually what's going to happen. Because the state of everything else is also going to affect this. It's not just the lack of physical media. When PlayStation 6 launches, probably in 2028. Let's be realistic here. Everybody wants it
by
next.
the end of 30.
Yeah,
by the end of 30 minimum. Yeah.
At the latest, the end of 30.
Yeah.
And no one buys a PlayStation 6. One, because why? Like, what's going to be the big upgrade?
Yeah. What's the point?
If my PS5 currently can already run games at 4K, 120 FPS, sometimes, right? Like, what is the giant upgrade you could physically do to this thing to make it worth the upgrade, right? So there's going to be a huge cross-gen period. The cost of the PlayStation 6 is going to be so astronomically high. We're talking $9.99 minimum, I think, here, okay? For a
Probably.
PlayStation 6.
Which is insane.
Yeah. Which means it's no longer just like anybody can go out and buy a console. So until people stop buying stuff from Sony, until their sales decline, until all the things happen, then they might realize, oh crap, we messed up. The problem is, at that point, what the hell do you do? If you spent all this R&D on building a PlayStation 6 that doesn't have a disk drive because you weren't going to use them, it has no plan to add a disk drive. I think Microsoft might be the only one here who's thinking this forward, is to be like, all right, we'll actually start marking discs as basically game key discs and give people digital licenses to their library. Because we do want to get rid of physical media, plus Sony's been the one making all the Blu-rays, and if they're not going to make us Blu-rays anymore, then we really can't make physical media for Xbox anyway. But the people that are going to be the most upset are the people who have giant libraries of physical games that can't move them forward. It's not really about it. It is about the monopolistic side of the store being the only place to buy PlayStation games. That's a whole nother problem. But it seems like the EU's kind of passing laws that say that they can't be the only store on a system. Like legally, you can't be the only store that's offered. This is hitting Apple first, because the App Store isn't the only App Store on it in certain countries already. So what I think is possible is we get different launchers on PlayStation 6 at some point to balance this out for legality's sake and to not be anti-consumer, meaning I can buy stuff from the Microsoft Store on my PlayStation 6, would be my guess, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. I think Steam and stuff will be available first. If anything, I think Steam will be the first one to be like, yeah, you can actually play a bunch of these games with your Steam licenses on PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah.
Mostly Xbox. It's going to be an Xbox thing first.
Yeah, because they've been talking about that for years already. Yeah.
So that's how we fix the problem of like monopolies being the only place like you can't not have physical games because you have to have a secondary market to justify selling things. It's going to be too late, but it's not going to matter until Sony doesn't make money anymore. Right?
Yeah.
It's when we start getting PlayStation 6 exclusive games and the install base for the PlayStation 6 is at 3 million because you sold your initial 3 million, maybe 10 million by the end of the life cycle, and not the 100 million PlayStation 5s and PlayStation 4s and PlayStation 2s you've sold, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have a 100 million install base and games cost $70 a piece and you have to buy them from the PlayStation Store and all the things, and Sony goes, I don't understand why nobody bought PlayStation 6s.
Yeah. They need a Wii U era. That's what they need.
They're gonna and they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it, Zach.
I think this is where they're gonna get it. I think this is where they get it.
Yeah, and you're right. They might sell 13 million, maybe 20 million. It's PlayStation. It's huge, right? They might
sell. That's what the Wii U did.
Right, right. Like, they need to get back and kicked in the pants a little bit. They need to hit their PS3 early hit again. Which I don't know why. I don't know why we have to do this cycle over and over and over and over and over. We can't just have one platform that treats us good the whole time at Steam. That Steam machine, by the way, is way tinier than I thought it was.
It's a lot smaller. I didn't even know.
Look up like the size comparisons at some point. Man, that thing is tiny. It is actually like a GameCube. Like
That's cool.
I thought it was like a big chunky like PC,
yeah,
like you know,
this.
like an Xbox One or an Xbox Series X cut in half. You know, like I thought like it'd be kind of a big chunk. No, it's like pretty small, dude. Okay, derailed already.
We're doing it again.
I think Sony. This is what he said is, I don't care until it affects our bottom line. I'm the CFO. I'm going to take my golden money and run away. Before it matters, he doesn't care. They don't care. The executives don't care about us anymore, and that applies to the entire world. Thank you to the U.S. economy. I love it here so much. Everything is fine under capitalism. We don't need social safety nets or anything. We need consumer protections and all sorts of stuff. We need like all this stuff that doesn't get passed or legislated because there is nobody handling it. I don't think Sony should have the right to take away physical media.
No.
It was already bad enough that they're the only ones making the physical media.
Plus, it's the point of a console, like, is it not? Like, I kind of expect PC at this point for the last 20 years to be basically a digital thing. And even then, like, Steam allows you to have your disk drive that you connect, like, third party at this point, because no PC has a disk drive anymore.
Right.
They even allow you to, like, throw your CD games into Steam so that, like, if you have the game in there, you can boot it from Steam, and they make it user-friendly and stuff like that for that. Yeah, I've noticed that with, like, 2 games that I have.
Physical media is not gone on PC. It's that there's no market for it. It's not.
They know that.
Yeah, and they know that. It's not. And that's why when disk drives started going away from all our PCs, some people were loud about it, but no one panicked. No one went into this.
Yeah.
We weren't in this frenzy. I really do think this is Sony doesn't realize what the number of people who buy physical and digital games is. Like I have a ton of digital games, but most of those are either because I got them on dirt cheap sales, or I already owned a physical copy and it went so cheap on the digital store that I was like, I might as well have the digital license. Like the amount of brand new first party digital games I've bought is so low, dude. It's so low. I don't buy $70 games at digital prices full. Like I don't.
I don't remember if we said this last week. I know we like sort of said it like at the very beginning of the show when PlayStation was down.
Yeah.
People went immediately. Were like, okay, here you go. Here's an example of part of the reason why you would need physical media so that you can play your games. Well, then you got the part of the side that doesn't care. And they said, oh, well, you didn't realize you could play your games offline if you turn on this setting? I have had my PlayStation for 5 years and never knew that was an option. I never knew that was an option.
Yeah.
Never. So, and if they, like, PlayStation said something about it, or maybe I missed something, and if I'm being misinformed, okay, fine, then that's my fault. But if they're not going to say anything about something as simple as turning on one small setting in 17 different folders so that I can go find it, you can't blame us. We didn't even know about that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Until you figure out how to capture footage, Zach, and you find out you have to go flip the right setting to the exact right thing to only allow your PlayStation 5 to go through a capture card because they have a block on it for some reason by default. Wait till you find that. Oh, wait till you figure out that your PS3, to stream a PS3 game, you have to run it through an adapter box so that it doesn't realize that it's being run through a capture card. Like, you have to run it through a box to run it into a capture card to run it back into the TV. Because Sony's weird, dude. They bury shit in their settings, and it's ridiculous.
I think the big thing that I took from his sentence was attachment, and that's why I put that big quote when I said that. If you're watching us, it's not. Some of it is an attachment thing. We'll admit. Maybe about 5-10% of it is an attachment thing. The rest of it, I own the game.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. It's like, I have it. You won't screw me over in 10 years when you say, all right, well, we lost our license. Oh, well. You paid $30 at the time? Oh, well. Like, that's not the point.
I have a physical copy of Rock Band 4, right? So if you remove my license for Rivals and the digital expansions and all the things I paid for digitally, I can play it on anything I want, right? But that game is no longer in the store. The reason I can currently buy it is download it is because I bought it digitally, right? But you can't go in there right now with a brand new Ripmaster that you bought for Fortnite and play Rock Band 4. It's not an option. And that's why I use this as an example, because it's the one that affects me the most.
Yeah.
But guess what? I still have a physical copy of that thing, meaning if I go get a new PS5 and made a new PlayStation account, right, and put that disc in my brand new PlayStation 5, you would allow me to download that patch from the store because I own the physical copy, but I can't go in the store and buy it for a new account. I can't go buy it for a new license. I can't do those things. And that's terrifying.
Yeah. The cool thing is that when I've bought Wii U games for my collection in the last year now, every single game I've bought, it's like, hey, there's an update if you want to download it. And pretty much 99% of the time I say no, because I'm trying to make sure the game works right now. I'll worry about the update when we get there. Yeah. So, at least, thankfully, Nintendo has, done something like that for the Wii U and probably for the 3DS as well, for, the couple of games that they updated, that they still have that option to, have the concurrent version of the game so that, hey, if there is this broken thing in the game, you don't have to put up with it for the rest of your life.
I'm going to play this. Nope. Oh, my God.
Well, I guess...
Let's talk about physical cartridges for a minute, okay? Let's talk about this because I want to talk. So, because you brought it up, right?
Yeah.
So I poo-pooed on game key cards the whole time because you're buying a license, right? Sort of to put it in and download things, and part of it, the real part that scares me is that at some point you could put that game key card in and nothing would happen, right? That's the part that scares me the most. I actually think I'd rather have game key cards than no discs at all. Okay? Right? If my choices come down to the two things is buy a game key card or don't buy it. Right? I guess I'd rather have game key cards. Now here's something I saw recently, right? is if you put Mario Kart 7 in your 3DS right now, which the 3DS shop has been shut down now for years, okay? If you put a copy of Mario Kart 7 in your 3DS, it'll download that update. That all the updates, all the patches, everything will still update on the 3DS. You don't actually need an access to the store or any of the server. It's there. It's still, we'll pull it down as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection. Now, that's assuming that we don't get to Wi-Fi band 7 or something, where there are no 2.5 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi networks, and then your 3DS literally won't connect to the internet. Oh, people don't understand how technology works, and it makes me nervous.
Small, scary thought.
It won't matter that the PlayStation Store is shut down on the PlayStation 3 if there's not a single Wi-Fi band that your PlayStation 3 can connect to. Just for everyone's sanity, right? Even if you hardwired it into an Ethernet wire, and the routers and the equipment that you have and the line that comes into your house is on a band that doesn't support it, it won't matter that the PlayStation Store is shut down. It still won't connect to the internet regardless, either way. Yeah. Anyway, so game key cards to me are fine, because even if you're telling me that the eShop, the Nintendo Switch eShop, shuts down in 2045, like realistically, right? Like, I'm pretty confident that in 2060, currently as it stands, if I put a game key card into a Nintendo Switch 2, I'm pretty sure that download will still come down. And as long as that's the case, I don't mind game key cards. Like, I'm just going to say it. Like, it doesn't bother me. As long as we start putting a label on it that says, like, Nintendo will never shut down the server that allows you to download this copy from this cartridge. Right? Then I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. And as long as we start passing laws that make it so that they can't. Right? If you're going to sell physical media that relies on internet connection, then we need laws in place that say that connection to that server can never be taken away. Unless, and obviously this is lawyer nonsense, right? You could go in here and say, unless Nintendo goes out of business. like, you know.
That is the extreme.
Right, yeah, but like I think the laws can be written in such a way that says that, right? Like, Nintendo
Pokemon is way too big for that to ever happen.
I agree, right? But at the same time, there has to be an out for them. There has to be an out for them in a legal standpoint. If, you know, let's pretend that Sega right now was like, yeah, we put out game key cards for the Dreamcast, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, guys, you can't download these anymore.
The crazy part is we've never ran into that problem.
Well, that's why
360 and PS3 were the first ones to, like, really kind of had that digital storefront, like, that had consistent updates for games, because Nintendo, like, sort of did it with, like, just mostly its big name titles at the time, like Smash and Mario Kart Wii. And then when we got to the Wii U era, that's when they started consistently doing that. So we've never ran into this problem ever, because nobody ever did it until about 2006 with the PS3 and Xbox.
I'm sorry we're going to go down this political road again, but this is the problem with everybody in our government being in their goddamn 80s. Okay, like, this is the problem, because you're right, Zach, we haven't run into this problem yet, but you and I are on this podcast, right, which is a small podcast that two people listen to, two people we know directly. Okay.
Woo!
Woo!
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Early supporters.
Yeah. Here's the thing, is like, we're aware that this problem is coming. We understand that this is a potential problem, and we have hit the beginning of it, right? Is the 3DS shop is gone. The PlayStation 3 store is going to be gone here any minute.
in a
Right.
year. Well,
Yeah.
it's already gone for certain countries.
Yeah.
And then eventually more countries in like August or September. And then the United States is done next July.
Right, which I would like them to pass legislation that says, yeah, you can't go into the store anymore, and yeah, you can't buy things from the PlayStation 3 store. That makes sense to me on a completely understandable level. Now the problem is there's digital only stuff, and I've got a bunch of historical problems with this, right? But the problem is I also have a decent collection of PlayStation 3 physical games over here, Blu-rays, that I would like that if I booted up my PS3 right now, I could put those in and they would still update and have the patches and the things they need. As long as that's the case, I feel like they didn't, do anything horrible to me. I bought a digital license from the PlayStation 3 store, not knowing exactly what we were getting into, but I also understood that some of these things are temporary, right? Like I have lost enough access to apps in my life with the digital era now. My music library no longer exists, right? I had like a 6 terabyte hard drive that I was using to DJ music in college. That thing wasn't completely full, but I had 25,000 songs to pull from that I had collected from Napster and blah blah blah, LimeWire. Huge giant collections of songs and libraries. That thing, I don't even know where that is. It's gone, man. It's gone. Yeah. I got Spotify now, and at some point, even when I was DJing, I got access to be able to DJ from Spotify, like in the system, right? Yeah. So that's when that hard drive basically went aside, and I thought, nah, I don't need this. Now I wish I had that back, right? Like I don't want to pay I don't want to pay monthly for a subscription that keeps going up in price.
And sometimes they take down songs.
In
my playlist, I was scrolling through to pick a song. I'm one of those people that just has a giant playlist, a conglomerate of just. We'll go from Metallica to Bruno Mars to Nirvana, right? Yeah. I have something like that. I've noticed a song or two is just grayed out, and the one I'll never ever forget. They got rid of Slayer's "Raining Blood." And it's just gone. I can't listen to it anymore. I don't know why I can't listen to it anymore. Why?
Because it's not in their licensing library anymore, which is just
it's ridiculous. Why?
It is completely ridiculous, Zach. And that's the problem. We don't own anything anymore, everybody. HP printers. Have you seen the HP printer problem on TikTok going on right now?
I don't know who owns a printer anymore. So
people who bought printers 6 years ago, Zach, that have been perfectly fine to fill with your ink cartridges and all your things, right? Yeah, HP's basically put out a forced update because this thing has to be connected to the internet for it to freaking work, right?
For some reason, by the way, I don't know why everything needs internet now.
I don't know why everything. Yeah, absolutely everything.
It's just
anyway,
a printer.
But they pushed out an update to everyone that said, okay, now it costs $6.99 a month to use your printer.
What?
and they've been doing this for years, right? But the problem is they've gone in and started updating the old printers, the ones that used to not make you do this. But basically, you have to pay a $7 a month subscription to use your HP printer.
You're not kidding. That's insane.
No, you have to buy paper. You have to buy paper. You have to buy ink. You have to buy the printer. You have to buy all the stuff. And then on top of that, they're like, yeah, we still want $6.99 a month to use it. Zach. We're doomed!
It stands on my statement one more time. Why does everything need internet? Why does my toaster need internet? Why does my air fryer? Why does my printer need internet?
Why does my washing machine...
I just want to print out paper.
I just want to play the game.
I just want to cook my food. Why does my toaster need internet?
Why does my car need the subscription service to turn on the heaters that are already in my car?
Why does my car need a subscription to a satellite radio thing? Oh my god!
But see, this is the problem. I don't know how we've gone down this road so far, but they basically decided that they're gonna make us so annoyed and so angry that we're gonna demand that we want physical stuff back. It's part of this game room remodel that I'm working on, right? Part of this, is like I want the ability to just like put a VHS tape in, like without any effort at all. Like I don't have to go find some adapters. I don't have to do some nonsense to hook this all up. I want to just be like, I was at Savers. I found a copy of Toy Story for $1. We're going to go home and watch Toy Story on VHS. I'm not bringing up the streaming services. I want it to work when the internet goes down. I want it to, this is, you're basically forcing me into a position where I have to decide that I don't want to play this game anymore. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want a subscription. I don't want to subscribe. I don't want it.
Yeah, Netflix, like, it goes with gaming, and it goes with subscription services. Netflix and Hulu started all of that. So now everything needs a subscription service.
Yeah.
And then with gaming, Fortnite made a battle pass. So now every single game known to man needs a battle pass.
Including Pokemon Go.
Yes, which I have bought the last 3 months, admittedly, because they're giving out free legends. You think I cared? No.
I've bought more than that, Zach. I think I've bought every pass for the last.
I recently just got back into it 3 months ago. Don't worry.
I've been paying for. I bought every pass for the last 6 months, including the weekly ones, including all the bullshit. The amount
I only
of money
get the weekly ones if I complete it.
the amount of money that I have wasted on Pokemon Go is disgusting.
I can't lie, they had me this close to buying the Battle Pass during Pokemon Go week, Fest week, with the crazy one with like all the legendary candies, and then you were getting like 2 free Mewtwo's. I'm like, okay, it's probably it's like $10 like usual, and I go to look, I'm like, $20. I'm like, no, I'm not paying $20. Now you.
That's what I said too. That's exactly what I said. I went, no, I'm not paying that. And then I completed 98% of it, and I went, you know what, screw it.
I completed it, and I'm not going to lie, I sat there and I looked at it and I said, I might do this. I might do it. I think I might do it. No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not paying $20. I'm not doing it. I didn't do it. I held back on this one.
I did it. Zach, we were supposed to do this. We're out of time, but what are you playing?
That's why at the start of the show I was like, the news.
I knew this was going to be a long one. I knew this was going to be it. I played Splatoon Raiders more. You'll hear me talk about it on Megadads. Go listen to Megadads from basically my initial impressions. This game is super fun. It's addictive.
Yeah, I kind of want to get it now.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. And we can play the whole thing co-op. We can play it co-op. It'd be so fun. We should stream it, Zach. We should. Actually, we definitely should do that. It is just collect more guns, get more upgrades, upgrade your stuff, do the thing, blow up more guys. Every time that I've hit a wall where I'm like, man, this is crazy, I just like going back to the base, beat a couple other things I've already done to collect more XP and more stuff to go in and go, all right, upgrade this weapon. If I can blow these guys up from the side, then I can take this down. Like it is so good, dude. This is a game that I want the time to invest all my time into collecting gear and upgrades, but man, it is not. It's not the game I have time for. Oh my god, though, it's so good. And that being said,
I might call the store down the street if they have a sealed copy. Isn't it like 50 or 60?
It's 50 digital. It's 60 physical. But pretty much everyone, including Amazon, which I know that you don't love buying things from Amazon, and neither do I. But basically, at launch, if you pre-ordered it, you got the $50. You got it for physical for $50. So like,
oh, that's nice. Yeah.
See what the store down the street says, right? And if they'll give it to you, see what the price is. But like, if you can still order it from Amazon for that $10, save that $10. Like, I'd consider saving the $10. It's definitely worth 60. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's 1,000% worth a full price game. But the fact that it's a budget is great.
Yeah. And it's physical.
And it's physical. It's gotta get physical. Zach, what have you been playing?
I've been flip-flopping because I can't decide what I want to play right now. I've been flip-flopping between GTA 4 and Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, I'm making progress again. I took like a week break from it. I put 40, 50 hours into it in about 2 weeks. And then, I came back to it when I was doing laundry, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to sit there and just doom scroll Instagram. I usually bring my Switch with me to the laundromat. I get about 2 hours of gameplay. And I'm playing it, and I sit there, and like 30 minutes in, after doing like a shrine or two again, I'm like, man, I forget how good this game is. God, this is... I get it. I truly get it. This game is amazing. I love this.
Dude, that game is... I wish I was smart enough.
Out of the... Oh, geez. Maybe like 60 or 70, 80 shrines I've done.
Yeah.
I think I've looked up 2. One I didn't understand at all. It was the Constellations one, and I had no clue. I was like trying to understand what the back of the wall was doing and try to line it up with the balls in the holes. I didn't get it. I was like, I'm just going to look this one up. I have no clue on how to do this one. And there was one other one I looked up, and that was only because I was being really stupid and forgot about the one ability in the game. It was either the stasis or the magnet. I just completely forgot it was in the game for some reason in that moment. But other than that, I've done pretty much all of them blind.
I did most of them blind, and Tears of the Kingdom, man, just told me that I suck at games, basically, and said, don't play this. I
am not going to touch that, at least for a couple of years. If anyone's asking or wondering, once I beat Breath of the Wild, it's going to be probably a couple of years before I play Tears of the Kingdom, because I've literally just heard it's a repeat.
It's a really good repeat with new tools. That being said, like, Breath of the Wild, man, when I was deep in it, like, the part that I did so many shrines. I did tons of the shrines. I did not get much further than that, right? But the thing I started realizing once I watched people get through those shrines is like, man, I did every single one of these the hardest way possible. Like I am just like, I could have done that, and I did not do that. I decided to get in a perfect rhythm to build ice blocks to go up this thing, to knock this ball exactly this way to get it into the thing, and all somebody else did was go up here and go boop, ice block, boop, ice block, boop, down. And I've got some crazy rhythm nonsense of like, I can build ice blocks and climb up there myself, jumping and everything. Like, why did I do it like that? I don't know, but I got it. It took me 5 hours.
Which, by the way, and I remember saying this weeks ago before I stopped playing for a second.
Yeah.
I still haven't beaten the bird or the lizard.
Yep.
And it's not that I don't have interest. It's just like, dude, there's so much going on around me, and I'd rather go take down like a bunch of different enemies. God, I can't remember the centaur guy's names. It starts with an L.
I don't.
It's not coming to me.
It's
not coming to me in this moment.
It's not going to come to me either.
No, and it's like lichens or something. It's somewhere around those lines.
I forget all their names all the time. I'm no Zelda expert.
I went around and killed like 4 or 5 of those, and like 1 or 2 of them gave me issues. And like, I got the Master Sword. I maxed out the stamina bar, and it's like, all right, cool. Now I just get to get health now. Like, this is great. Now I just need to go find items and just upgrade my defense, because Jesus Christ, the one time I do get hit, I lose half my health, or like 3/4 of my health, and it's bad. Like, I just haven't upgraded any of my defensive stuff, and I know I'm sitting on so many items right now, and I could just go to any ferry and go figure that out. I just haven't done it. I mean, like, I've figured out the gameplay and like the combat so much to the point where I'm like not getting hit like at all in certain fights. And so I feel like it's not necessary, but I know when I get to the end of the game, when I go to fight Ganondorf, I know it's just gonna kick my ass. I know it is, and I gotta go do it before it's over.
You're playing the remastered version too, right?
I'm playing the Switch 2 version, yeah. So the game is gorgeous. I mean, I'm glad I like know a lot of people said that, no, the Switch 1 version is still really well like put together, and it still looks really good, and I'm like, I get that. It's still the Switch one, and this is such a major game. I'm like, I think I'll sit on this one still. And then the Switch 2 came out, and then they dropped the day one Switch 2 update, and I'm like, I'm kind of glad I waited for the Switch 2 update. This is great. I don't even have the DLC, and part of me wants to get the DLC because it opens up more shrines, it opens up more weapons, and it gives me like more options and like more story kind of things. I've been really considering buying the DLC, which sadly doesn't come with my Switch Online, but hey, at least I got the Switch 2 version for free.
Well,
So
if
I
you
got
can
that.
if you can buy season passes for Pokemon Go, I think you can justify buying the very cheap DLC for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. And I just paid off everything. I paid off rent and everything like 2 days ago, and I realized how much I was sitting on, and I'm like, man, I can go splurge for like a minute. I would
That's
be fine.
that's because you spent all your money at the show we didn't even get time to talk about. It's time for this. It's time for show and tell. I'm going to show this off really quickly. Zach convinced me to buy this at the Retro Arcade Gaming Classic and Console Show. That's not the name, but it's close enough. Might as well
It's
be
around those lines, yeah.
in North Olmsted. I got this. Zach, you want to tell them about this amazing MLB game for the Wii?
I love MLB Power Pros. I love this game. So essentially, MLB Power Pros, it's called Power Pros in Japan. It is a Japanese exclusive baseball game. And
Yep.
for 2 years, from 2007 to 2008, Konami got a special license with the MLB to produce that game. So they came over to the States for the very first time. That was the first ever instance we ever got these games. I had it for the PS2 years ago. I had the 2008 version. I loved the hell out of it. And I have Dolphin on my PC, and I don't usually emulate too many games. It's mostly just like whatever games I used to play as a kid, and I'm just like just doing whatever, like Mario Golf, for example. That is one of the games I have on Dolphin just to like team build and stuff like that and
It's
get
probably-
stuff done, and just it's so fun.
It's probably one of the last MLB games to be built by 2K Sports too. Like,
It's so fun. Yeah, well, that was like 2013-ish, something around there. That was their last one. It had,
yeah, but
had David Price on the cover of the Tampa Bay Rays.
when did they have the exclusivity with the show? When is the MLB exclusivity with the show?
That was like 2014, 2015, something around there.
Right. So I mean, this is close to that era, sort of. It's way
It was
before,
like, yeah,
but
it was about 7-8 years before they cut it off from everybody else.
anyway, thank you for telling me to get this. It was only $3.
Yeah.
It's all I got at that show. We'll definitely stream this at Extra Life, which is Saturday, November 7th or 8th. I can't remember. I think it's the 8th. That first Saturday in November, we will be playing games for 24 hours live to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, right where you're watching this right now. We'll be on Collect Play Talk. We'll be on the Snack Network. We'll probably even be on Living Room Clutter. For a good cause. And we're going to do a Rock Band charity concert before that. Stay tuned. That's actually going to be on September 11th, all days, right before the Cleveland Gaming Classic, which we'll also be at.
We'll remind you every week we'll be there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's going to come up so quick.
Yeah,
so quick
it's
gonna come up.
It's so quick. Hey, Corey, I know that you guys have lots of stuff to do and get ready for the Cleveland Gaming Classic, but the sooner I get an email back from you, the cooler I can do things. I just have to know that it's worth it to pull off the cool things. All that being said, Zach, what do you want to show today? You could show everything you got if you want. I don't care. We got time, sort of. It's our show.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather just show the big ticket item that I bought.
Okay.
So I went to a table. I had $260 left, and I went to a table. I went back to it that I knew I was looking for, like, so many different things. This was the guy that had the WarioWare Gold that I was telling you about. He had a copy of Metal Gear Solid 3D, Dragon Quest 8, and he had one other game. So he had these games priced at about $310. The guy's name was Sean.
Yeah.
If you ever listen, Sean, thank you. You were awesome in this moment. And I promise you these games went to a good home. I will not resell these games because I've been looking for two of these at least for a while, Metal Gear Solid 3 and this other game I'm going to show. He was really cool with me. He gave it to me for 260. I couldn't believe he gave it to me for 260. I was really surprised. He said 280 and I was like, I can't really do 280. I'm sorry. Could you do 260? But the one game that I got, I knocked it down some price. I've been looking for this game for a minute, and I played it for 5 seconds to make sure, and it works. It's so awesome, and I want to play through this game. It's Rhythm Thief. I finally got a copy of this game. It's so fun. Oh my god, it's so fun. The game is in the drawer over to my right, but it is complete. He had this thing for like $130, and I think I knocked him down like 15 for it. Sean, if you ever somehow listen, man, thank you for these. I promise you these are at a good home. I promise you. And I will be playing this, bare minimum. And one of these days, like I did for Final Fantasy, I'll go through some of the Dragon Quest games.
Yeah.
So eventually Dragon Quest 8 will be played, but this was my big ticket item. I always try to buy a game that's over $100 at every convention, and this is the one that I decided to go with. I almost got Twilight Princess. Game was a little scratched. I'm like, I can't take a risk. I know maybe it works. I can't take a risk, and I'm very picky with GameCube games. But I'm very happy I was able to get this one though. 100% very happy.
I love that you're at the I'm gonna buy the big ticket items, and I'm glad you save all year for these things. I get it,
always
man.
Yeah.
Like, I am at the point still where I'm trying to like fill out my library of things I want to play and make sure that they're all playable and all those things. And I go for smaller ticket items. I like getting something like this, but I have saved money for the Cleveland Gaming Classic.
I don't blame him. Yeah.
And I enjoyed that show, by the way, like as much as we make jokes about the name of it.
It was very good. They always put it up together every single year. He used to own a store over in Cleveland by like the zoo, the Metro Park Zoo. He sold it off to a guy. I've been to the new store. Those guys are pretty cool. I bought a thing or two from them. But the original guy who used to own that store, it was Video Game Connection for anyone that was in the Cleveland area.
Oh, I've been there.
He's the one that runs it. Yeah, he's the one that runs it.
We went we went there right when he was selling it, or transitioning it over to the new guy or whatever.
Yeah, he still does the convention that he just did last week, and he always puts on a good show. I love going to it. It's more swap meet than like your big convention, but I like that though, you know.
Yeah.
And it's really just people that are just trying to sell off crap, and it's not like, and it's nothing against these guys. It's not like all the indie developer guys and stuff like that. It's just like, hey, let's just sell some stuff. Let's buy some stuff. Enjoy it. Yeah.
There is something super cool about the Cleveland Gaming Classic, right? Like how big it is and how many people come in from out of town and all the exciting things about it. Like it is awesome. Part of me though wishes we did more of these local markets, which their goal is to like get bigger, right? Like always, this is the whole point, like in these shows. But like, I kind of wish we got a couple more of these where it was just like, all right, there's a bunch of retro video game stores and people who make video game adjacent things and all the stuff that are local all the time, right?
Yeah.
Not every show needs to be so big that it draws people in from out of town. There are like just this market alone, just having a couple more shows. We got all these little cities too, like Cleveland. We always say Cleveland, but we've got like Lakewood, Rocky River, Westlake, North Homestead. Like,
shoot, you could go out east. You can go out to Mayfield.
Yeah, you could do
west to Toledo,
Menor, Euclid, all the things, right?
Akron, even. Yeah.
Basically, just start drawing like an hour radius out of Cleveland, right, and just fill up the space. I would love to just go to like smaller shows. So just bring video game people together more often in general.
Yeah. The guys that run TorCon, which I will be going to in November. I think Dave, you said you would potentially be going as well.
We're trying to figure that out. That is not a lock for me, but I think if I can find a spot in Columbus to crash temporarily and justify the ticket, I will. Although at this point, I got a lot for Cleveland Gaming Classic, and I will be at 2D Con in Minnesota, don't you know? So if you want to see me at 2D Con, I'll be on the Megadads panel as well. That being said, like, I don't know how much more con I'll have in me after 3 months of con.
Back to back to back. Yeah.
Like Torg, like if I show up, like I'm mostly there for vibes. Like I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I am not intending to go in and be like, all right, I got stuff to buy. I'm gonna be like, I got stuff to look.
You go half and half and go meet Charles Martinet.
Do I have to buy tickets? I was gonna
pay for my own signature, but we can go half and half on the photo.
You're right. Honestly, I care more about the photo than the signature. Do I have to buy that ticket in advance, Zach, or can I buy it there? Like,
no,
and get it in line?
You can buy it there. That's what I did.
Okay.
I think you can buy them in advance. I think. Don't quote me on that. But when I went to go meet him 2-3 years ago at this point, they also take card. They were like, yeah, no, you can pay it at the booth when you get there. And they have like a giant lot of stuff that if you don't have anything you have to sign, they have like posters and stuff like that. But I'd rather just bring my own game.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather him sign like a copy of Mario 64 that I have, like, or my 3D All Stars collection that you did. You did that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have that. Yeah. I will say, going back to it, Torg does like a miniature. They did do like a miniature convention last year up at Cedar Point because they couldn't get a slot at the Columbus Convention Center or whatever.
Yeah.
But this year they've been doing like, you know how they do like trunk or treat, you know, for Halloween for kids and stuff like that for like events. They do like a game, like a trunk or treat thing for video game stuff, and like they get the parking lot at like whatever game store. They've mostly been down south. And a lot of people have kind of told them, hey, you want to come up in the Cleveland area and potentially do this? They said they'll eventually get up here. And if they do, I would love to go to it.
That's the thing.
Or if you guys can get this trunk or treat thing up here in Cleveland, I will be there. I promise you.
That's the thing is like we've got so many like fairground spaces that get used for like twice a year for like like what? Like there's like as much as I hate Target right now for everything they've done to the world. Everything comes with everything comes with something. But right now, like behind Target, there's a giant like fair that's going on that's always there in the summer. It's like part of like out of school time, and it's just like they set up some booths. They got some lemonade and some fried food, and there's like a singular. I think there's like a single ride, right? Like, but like that's enough space. Like you can set up enough tables and vendors, man. Like, why isn't there a video game section of every farmer's market?
I would love to see like a convention up here in the Cleveland area, like between. Obviously not January, but like between January and June before like all the Cleveland conventions like start kicking off. I would love to see one in April. April would be a decent month, even if you can get it indoors. That'd be fun.
I'd love if you took the Cuyahoga like the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And just set up the tents. Like everybody just sets up tents with booths. And you feel and this is when you lean into like the artsy side of this stuff. You get all the guys with the pins and the lights and the like make it like the Cleveland Gaming Art Fest, right? That also just has a big section of retro game people, like that sell.
Even if it's just like 10 people, like I'll take 10 tables full stuff. I'll bring $100-$200 and see what I can pick off.
Well, I mean, that's
100%.
That's the thing too. Is it's like it doesn't have to be huge, but like even this one that we went to had like 60 vendors.
Yeah,
right?
And they filled out like 3 weeks before it started, and I'm like, that's cool.
And
like, even if it takes almost till it gets there, but hey, you filled out. It was great. I loved it, man. I always love it every single year, and I never have known the guy's name, but I know who you are. I can picture you. I can picture your wife. Like you guys put on a great show every year. I can picture both of you guys. I've seen them every year. I mean, I can picture one of your kids. Like I can picture.
All right, don't make it weirder. You already said you can picture his wife. You already told us you think about his wife. Anyway.
But it's a great show every year. Like I love going to it. I've been going to it since 21 or 22, whenever it first came back after COVID. It was great. I loved it. It was fantastic. 2 hours, 3 hours we were there. It
was full this year too. It was actually like the year previous, when we went. I was like, man, there's a bunch of empty tables here. Like, I don't really get it. Not that it was bad. It was just like surprising how many.
Yeah, and me and my roommate said that. We were like, man, did something happen with like some of the vendors? It was a little bit slower last year.
Yeah,
But like this year, it was really good this year. This was like one of your best years, to be honest. I've been there for. It was out of the 5 I've been to.
There was still room in that place. Like I think you probably could have filled it with more stuff, but there weren't a bunch of empty tables. Is really like everything had stuff to look at.
Yeah. There was like one table over on the right side when you were coming in from the entrance side. There was one table over there that was empty. The rest of them, everyone was there, and I'm like, this is great. This was a good year. I really enjoyed this year.
Yeah, but even then, like one loose table, like I could justify as being like they just left a blank table here just in case, like of somebody needs a table to do whatever.
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, Zach, let's see if this works. Nope.
Nope. Wrong one.
Nope. Jeez.
Nope.
I pressed it. Nothing happened. Okay. Wow, Zach, just stall them for me now. There we go.
There he is.
I clicked it 4 times. I had to click out of the thing and click back in. I could play that. I could
buy a new PC.
I can. It is a new PC. I could do the Smash Brothers intro numbers, but not that. Anyway.
Yeah.
This is a professional podcast for professional people. Everything about this show is legit, including buying Wii games and complaining about physical media. All our opinions are not opinions. They are just factual statements given to you in your ear holes. I'm Dave. That's Zach. As always, let's just bring these things up one last time. We will be at the Cleveland Gaming Classic. If Corey responds to my email, we'll have a live show there, and locks us in. But don't get too excited. I'm excited, but oh
my god,
it could happen. I will be at 2DCon at the end of August. I think on the 20th for the Megadads panel. That information is probably more available on the Megadads channel. I'll be there with Adam Leonard and Antonio and all the other Megadads to host a panel there, and I'm running around the Mall of America and all those things. Okay? We're going to stream Rock Band on September 11th, right before the Cleveland Gaming Classic, to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. That's a thing. It'll happen. It's a charity concert. I'll get the links up soon so you can make donations to do song requests. Right? That's going to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Zach's going to be at Torg. You can follow Collect Play Talk at Collect Play Talk on all the things. You can listen to the show on your favorite podcatchers. Go subscribe. Go give us reviews. That helps get out to more people. What else is there? Is that it? All the things? I promoted all the things. Listen to Living Room Clutter.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
It's time for the crazy part of our song, because that's how long I've been talking. See you guys next week on Collect Play Talk.